All right. By now, most of you know that Bitcoin actually tracks global liquidity directionally about 83% of the time. Now, Michael Howell is one of the absolute best at tracking global liquidity, but whenever he goes on podcasts, he actually gives really long-winded answers. So today we are going to summarize the key points that he made in his most recent interview. The first point that he makes is that the majority of financial transactions today revolve around refinancing existing debt instead of actually making new investments. This means that the repo market and as a result, the banks are absolutely essential for liquidity and functioning markets. Recently, there has been stress in the repo market because the SOFR rate, also known as the secured overnight financing rate, has been spiking. This means that banks need to pay more than normal to get the liquidity that they need, which indicates that there are liquidity shortages. The second point that he makes is that crises happen when there is extreme debt to liquidity ratios. Historical analysis also shows that every single crisis that has happened since the 1980s have come when this ratio has been extremely high. So currently, with the amount of government spending and the government debt in the numerator and liquidity shrinking in the denominator, this number is just getting larger and larger. Crises happen every 5 to 6 years because of this. Michael's final point is that the Fed is hesitant to cut rates, which really exacerbates this issue. Michael believes that there will be a liquidity crunch either late 2025 or sometime early 2026. What this means for Bitcoin and risk assets is that unless there is QE, the stressed debt to liquidity ratio would potentially cause risk assets to go down. So he's being really cautious. Even though he is cautious and maybe even a little bit bearish to the beginning of 2026, I think that the second half of 2026 should perform pretty well. This is because Fed will have a new Fed chair by then who will essentially be his puppet, and rates are going to be cut to zero. And then we'll also get the midterm elections over with as well. Typically during the midterm election year, the first half performs pretty poorly because of the uncertainty, and then the second half generally performs pretty well. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this analysis in the comments. I will personally respond to everyone. And yeah, I will see y'all next time.